She's an activist, a businesswoman, and a very, very feisty Kono woman who is ready to defend Kono with all she got. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Yeah, welcome, Mr.
Thank you, Benjamin Kengonja, for that wonderful introduction. Madam Moderator, His Excellency Ambassador Johnny Ambasu, His Excellency Ambassador Geba, Honorable Minister of Lands, Mrs. Diana Kinda Kolomaji, whole lot of things. By the time we go Kono, we don't get peace. By the time we go Kono, Unity Day, then we go come and stand as a strong force, a united force, where any government cannot discuss that now.
Understanding our past and marking the journey where she I am very interested about this type of thing. Things that we used to see while we were growing up before the Rebel War. So I'm appealing to you guys. All of this stuff will be possible if we come together. Only if we come together. So I'm appealing here to all of you. Let's work together. It doesn't matter what political background you are from or affiliated with. Thank you so much for this.
And then also where we're going, because as you've heard over and over today, the next year's conference will be, God willing, in Kono, in Kwedu. Chief Saku, in your hands. So there's another presentation by Salfa Sulku from London. He also could not be here, but he sent me his presentation by PowerPoint. If anybody knows Salfa Sulku, he is very detailed and he is very, very critical. So I hope we will give his presentation our full attention. I'm just going to give a couple of bullet points after that on the Kono Secretariat, because I believe that is what really, that's the glue that really holds the Kono Conference together. And in my view, that was one of the serious weaknesses of the first conference, that we did not actually convene the Kono Secretariat to take on the administrative duties of the Kono Conference. So I will talk very briefly about that, and then we will break out into groups to revisit the resolutions of the 2016 conference, including the Kono Secretariat. So on behalf of the former chairman, David Dingisnyandemo, his speech. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all apologize for not being here in person today to perform my sacred duty to this august body of like-minded people determined to bring positive change to our beloved district. This is due to a variety of converging events beyond my control. As the outgoing chairman, I deem it fit to give you a brief background of the conference and the successes and challenges we experienced at this point. The Kono Conference for me is a dream, which at one time seemed far-fetched, for numerous reasons, chief of which was a disunity and lack of trust in our community. Ironically, these are some of the reasons that prompted some of us to come together and create this forum to serve as a platform for us as a people to deliberate the future of our district. I have always believed that as a people, considering our strategic position geographically and politically, coupled with our mineral and agricultural endowment, we need to have a plan as to what will make our district a viable entity that is less prone to exploitation.
The knowledge forward from the Kono Conference 2016 and use it in the Kono Conference 2017. Sierra Leone civil society needs to be engaged and they need to participate in your planning. Operationalize a defined smart action plan and work plan. Civil society organizations need to approach and join empowering organizations and networks. Tap into their knowledge. We haven't done and we are missing out. Form active working partnerships. If we can't love each other, let's learn to do what we do at work each day with our colleagues. For them, we can do it for ourselves. carefully record brainstorming and presentations at the Common Conference in this year, and create an accessible internet knowledge base for all of last year's and this year's conference brainstorming and presentations. Community organization is key. Mining companies and states divide communities. It is crucial to strive for unity for decision-making processes in communities. Learning about the issues, to have a media strategy, and focus on environmental laws, and most importantly, effective networking. Good luck with your brainstorming, and God bless you all. Yeah.
We were in the project group. There were 26 of us. So we looked at projects under 4 categories, that is education, tourism, structure, and health. We didn't discuss tourism and structure due to time constraints, but tomorrow, hopefully, we'll go through that. We started with health, and we had first-hand information about the current status quo of our referring hospital, which is Kwedu Government Hospital, which is in good shape. But we said how to make that better. So what we've decided is we're going to try and empower the peripheral units. So we're not going to focus on Kwedu. We're going to consider a medical unit outside Kwedu and see how we're going to try and improve that. Okay. So one of us is going to do the feasibility studies and see the most needy peripheral unit, and that's what we will work on to meet the next conference in Kono.
Conference agreed on a 1,000-man, $100 contribution to initiate projects in the Kono district, to organize the Kono conference annually and convene the next conference in the USA. At least that was accomplished. To insist on the reinstatement of the elected mayor of Kwedu City. To open a diaspora office in Kwedu City. To set up standing committees to implement policies in the following areas: education, mining, energy, culture and tourism, infrastructure, environment and water quality, health and sanitation, youth development, and business.
And I'm representing the Kono Progressive Union of Pennsylvania and the President. I'm actually just going to be very brief. Brothers and sisters, please, unity is a strength and force. We all know our people are suffering back home. Without unity, we cannot help them. You know, I was there in December and January. My organization was able to bring up some school supplies, you know, utensils. I took them down there, and there were 2 orphanage, which I actually distributed those school supplies to. So I think if we are united, these are some of the little things that we can do to help our people, back home.
This is the outreach. We're gonna start reaching out today. We're not gonna reach out tomorrow. So please put your names. Who got, you know, this is gonna pass out the papers around. So we need names before we leave here today. Give us your full name, your telephone numbers, and your email addresses, please. So on the outreach and communication, one of the things that we agreed on was to create what we just started, a phone bank, just like Darlington was explaining. To reach out to our brothers and sisters all over the world, community descendants all over the world. So we're gonna create this phone bank, okay? And then of course, through social media, WhatsApp group or WhatsApp apps, Facebook and Twitter. So we're gonna create a Facebook page for the Kono Conference movement. And then of course we have a website. If you don't know, it's konoconference.com. We're gonna utilize that. And then in addition to that, we're going to identify groups of all groups that are affiliated with Konos, with Kono or Kono District or Kono Project. And then we decided on, there's another task underneath our committee that is fundraising, okay? So last year, we agreed at the last conference that we should raise $100,000 from a 1,000-man drive. That is to reach out to 1,000 canals all over the world to donate at least $100. Okay, and that would be like a seed fund to undertake projects in Connaught and also to fund the Connaught Conference movement. One of the reasons that that committee or that drive did not succeed, and we addressed it today, was the fact that we did not want Connaught Conference to be an other organization. It's just a movement. So for us to have a bank account was to create an organization. So what we decided to do is to explore the idea of actually having Connaught Conference accounts, independent of any group's accounts. So we're going to work on that and report to the conference. That will give us the vehicle that we need for us to go and reach out to everybody all over the world so we can have this funding deposited into these accounts. So we're going to work on that. And then, of course, after we create that account, we're going to rely on the diaspora. Okay? Even though our brothers and sisters in Sierra Leone, we're not going to leave them out of this drive, but the diaspora will be the driving force to make sure we reach out to every corner, in every corner of the universe, to reach them and say, look, this is not a political issue, it's got nothing to do with any affiliations, it's all about Connaught, it's all about our district, and this funding will go towards this movement that will go into Connaught next year. In addition to that, projects that we're going to identify from the projects committee so we can fund those projects, as we're talking of scholarships to girls. So the list is going around. Please make sure you fill out those lists. Before we depart, I would like to thank the school here at the university for hosting us here today. We're so appreciative of what they did. I would like to thank our brother over there today for making sure that we have security here. And then also thank the people that provide water, drinks, and everything else that, we're here today. The event was very successful. But I'll tell you, without all of us here, this event would not have been this successful. So I want to give kudos to everybody here. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause for the job well done. And then adopt these resolutions that we're going to leave here with tomorrow. And then this resolution will be the not just the theme that we're going to take to Connaught next year, but it's the stepping stone, so to say, going into the motherland next year. And I just wanted to thank our dignitaries, thank our paramount chiefs, thank our minister, thank Mrs. Kabah, thank all the people that came from overseas.
Can we rise up?